right, y'all. So I'm going to push past. I'm fighting a sinus infection, but I'm going to push past real quick. Hold on. I wasn't really trying to go to church, but I was studying. So I'm in Genesis right now. I started all the way back over Genesis chapter 1. But right now, I'm going to start at Genesis chapter 3. And I want to say something real quick. It says, now the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals the Lord God had made. So the Lord God said that the serpent was a wild animal, and it was the most crafty out of all those animals, right? So the serpent said to the woman, did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? Now that's reverse psychology. The serpent had no knowledge of what God actually told them there in the garden, right? Had no knowledge of what God actually said to them, but knew that Adam probably done told Eve, and Eve would tell him. So he went and got some information from her. So then, the woman gave all her information out. She said, we may eat from the trees in the garden, but God did say you must not eat from the tree in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die. The serpent said, you will not surely die, for God knows that when you eat, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. Now, had the woman and Adam, I'm going to get to why I said and Adam, actually been listening, they would have heard what the serpent said. He said they were going to be like, which is a simile, like God, knowing, just having knowledge of good and evil. Just having knowledge and just being like. Okay? Now, mind you, he's sitting up talking to Eve. He's talking to Eve right now. But Adam is there. Okay? I ain't making this up. It's in the word too. When the woman saw the fruit of the tree. This is why I speak to women about, oh, but he's attractive, and he said he's attractive to me. Attraction means nothing. These eyes will always get you into demise. You have to see past these eyes. But let's go further. So when the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. I'm going to pause. If you go back to Genesis 2, verse 15, the Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work and take care of it. And the Lord God commanded the man, you are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. For when you eat of it, you will surely die. Now, she also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. The eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and made coverings for themselves. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God as he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And they hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man, where are you? He answered, I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid. And he said, who told you you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from? The man said, the woman you put here with me, she gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate it. So the man shifted blame. He didn't take accountability. Keep that in mind. Then the Lord God said to the woman, what is it that you have done? The woman said, the serpent deceived me, and I ate. She took accountability. So the Lord God said to the serpent, because you have done this, cursed are you above all the livestock and all the wild animals. So he gave him the highest curse of all the wild animals. He said, you will crawl on your belly and you will eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity. Enmity is a deep hatred, if you do not know, between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head and you will strike his heel. Take a look at what's going on around here. When I say that these men who are disrespectful to women and are disrespecting their offsprings and all of that are Satan's spawns, people want to call me mean and attack me. It's right here. You need to go read for yourselves. Those people that are operating in that frequency are operating in the curse of the serpent, being the greatest of those wild animals. And that serpent is to eat dust the rest of the days of their lives and have an enmity between them, woman, and their offspring. They will never love woman and their offspring because they cannot love themselves and they have to eat dust. If you are dealing with anyone narcissistic, they do not love you. They don't have the capability of loving you. And they are packed up with legions of demons. And they are Satan's spawns. It is the truth, the uncomfortable truth. Get yourself into something. Study you. Remember who you are. But let's look at the rest of these curses, right? To the woman, he said, I will greatly increase your pains in childbearing. With pain, you will give birth to children. Your desire will be your husband, and he will rule over you. Now, when I say that I don't want to be in company of Eve women, people get upset about that as well. Eve women are in a curse where their only desire is to be subservient to their man. It's there in biblical text. It's there. It is a curse. Giving birth to children in pain is also a curse. It's also a curse. But you don't have to live in that curse. You don't have to be subservient to man. If even God said that that was a curse, to just desire your husband and he ruling over you in birth and childbearing days. Come on. This is why I cannot hang around with Eve women. No Adam ninjas. We finna get into that right now. Here's Adam's curse. To Adam, he said, because you listened to your wife and ate from the tree about which I commanded you, you must not eat of. God said, look, I don't want to hear all that. You want to shift blame. But I commanded you not to eat of that tree. But you did it anyway. So since you ate of it, here's your curse. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil, you will eat of it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow, you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from where you were taken. For dust you are, and dust you will return. Here on this earth, you could either choose to be cursed or choose to live. Now it's almost hitting on 10 minutes. Let me go here. God made garments for them. God said this. God said, the man has now become like a simile, one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever. So the Lord God banished him from the Garden of Eden. God says you can't live forever since you want to be like us and know of something that I didn't want you to know, because I knew your desire, your ego,